you spend your days mindlessly scrolling endless streams of content. You wake up, get on your phone, you spend the whole night there. You don't feel that a day has gone by. You don't realize what you've lost. I recently tweeted that. You may not know this, but you age as you consume content. Some people understood what I was saying, which is that this is your life, and it's ending 1 minute at a time. So, I wanted to talk a little bit about speed as we're on this highway. Speed. I was just listening to Lost Highway by Hank Williams. I just recently watched the film Lost Highway, and I was thinking about the idea of the Lost Highway. It made me think about heaven and hell. They say the path to heaven is straight and narrow. You know, it's almost a tightrope. You got to walk really straight and really narrow. You can't make a misstep, because once you do, you're on that fucking highway to hell. And listen, by the time you open your eye, you blink, your life is gone. You've missed it. You're burning in eternal hellfire. This happens, believe it or not. To the Christian, the life of sin is so joyous, so brilliant, as Jacob Burma says, you know, in the very preface of Blood Meridian. You know, don't think that the life of evil is spent in terror and misery. On the contrary, evil is in its element when it's in the darkness. It feels great joy partaking of evil, partaking of itself. You know, time flies when you're having fun. To a Christian, fun is a sin. So, you might think that I think that fun is a sin, because your definition of fun is, you know, sitting around jerking off and playing video games. I'm just here to say that lifestyle, you're going to wake up one day and you're going to be, you know, like 40. You're going to waste your youth. You only get one life. YOLO. You only live once. And you are spending every minute of every day, of every month, of every year. There's a great meme. You know, it's a guy on a computer. It says 2012. And in 2013, he's thinking back and he's crying. And it's just that on and on and on. You don't want to look back on your life and see a life spent on a fucking box. You don't want to think back and think, geez, I played, you know, 10 billion hours of World of Warcraft or whatever. Don't do that. Don't do that. Live a little bit. You say, MemeAnalysis, I don't know how to live. Go outside. Randonauts. Give your life and your will over to randomness. If you don't trust your will, if you don't trust that you have a vision, that you have a desire, be open. Rid yourself of that. Move at 100 miles an hour. Move at 100 miles an hour on a highway. This is the only way you're going to break free. This is the only way that you are going to get off of the highway to hell and onto the highway to hell. Yeah, you know the one. The good one. The fun one. Not the one where you wake up, your body is withered and flabby, full of microplastics and toxins. Your eyeballs have melted out of your head from screen usage. This is not the life you want to live. I know, otherwise you wouldn't be watching it. YOLO. You only live once, but as my dear friend just reminded me, and as a dear demon once reminded Nietzsche, you only live once, but you relive this life endlessly. You have one life. but it will endlessly repeat. Do you want that endless repetition to consist of video games, marijuana, masturbation, misery and depression? I don't think so. Nope, I don't know who would. That's what I wanted to say. I wanted to give some more advice you probably won't like. I have news. You're not going to like it. Also, look at this cloud. It looks like toys. Oh, it's a nuclear bomb and a horse. Do you see what I'm talking about? I have news, and you're not going to like it. To take another leaf from the book of Nietzsche, consider that the people that you resent, the people you despise, might know something about life that you don't. They might be doing something right if they're so happy, partaking in great pleasure while you are miserable. Just something to consider. I'm particularly talking about boomers here. You know, the younger generations despise the boomers. But have you considered that maybe drinking some beers, grilling, driving your car, maybe driving a motorcycle is actually just cool as fuck and fun, and maybe they're right, and that life should be spent doing some things that are cool as fuck and not on your phone and on your computer. The boomers, I think, have drank the Lethian water of the digital. They have ceased to believe in their own bullshit and succumb to Facebook. If they could drink again the joyous Dionysian cup of boomer pleasure, which some of them never got the computer, never got on Facebook, and God bless them for it. They are still living it. They're living that life. And what I'm saying is that you could still live that life. You could make dear friends of the boomers around you. You could drive in some cool cars, smoke some cigars, drink some beers, maybe get on a boat. I feel like, to me, maybe this is just my aesthetic sensibility, but a lot of the things that Gen Z thinks of as cool are not really cool. When I think of the crypto people on a boat in Miami, I know that they don't know how to have a fun time. I know they don't know how to have a good time. I think it's just not really on display with Vitalik. Do you know Vitalik, the Bitcoin guy or the Ethereum guy? Big crypto, in quadrillionaire or whatever. The man doesn't know how to have a good time. He doesn't know what fun is. He has succumbed so completely to the digital world. He's like Christ. He sacrifices his joy in life for all of the idiotic crypto millionaires out there to try and pretend to live as though it's a movie. But yet again, we know that they're twisted, sick freaks who have to pay girls to hang out with them. It's sad. It's sad. What's the point of having money if you don't know how to have a good time? I can't, it's hard for me to believe when, who said it? It might have been Rob Lowe, maybe? He's an actor, one of the Brat Pack kids. Or maybe his name is Nick, I don't know. He's got kind of a scary face, got very bright eyes, looks a little bit serial killer-y. But he says, I don't know why anybody would want to be famous today. Nobody's getting that rich, and the constant scrutiny, it's miserable. Who would want to do this? And it's true. We don't know how to have a good time anymore. The good times have passed for the young, the zillennials. Gen Alpha does not even know what time is. It's gone. They don't know what the passage of time is. They don't know what space is. They're in some entirely new dimension. God save them. But all I'm really trying to say is that your life is moving by very quickly, whether you realize it or not, and that it might be a good idea to spend doing things that are time tested to be fun, like drinking and eating good food and having love, traveling. It's cool. It's fun. I like doing it. Maybe you would too. The real good life is not a meme. But the lifestyle that you've been conned into. It's an infectious meme. And as we know, memes matter.